A decorated Georgia high school football coach is behind bars charged with murder after walking into a police station and allegedly admitting to the crime. 43-year-old Carl Kearney Jr. faces several charges in Maryland, including first and second-degree murder as well as assault for the death of his girlfriend, Patrina Best. According to the Prince George County Police Department, Kearney walked into the police station on February 17th and confessed to officers he strangled Patrina inside of her home earlier that morning. Once police responded to the home, officers found Patrina inside unresponsive. She was pronounced dead on the scene. According to police, Kearney allegedly told officers the two had gotten into a fight and he strangled her unconscious. Kearney allegedly told officers he then slapped Patrina's face in order to bring her back. And when she didn't wake up, he fled and headed toward Virginia in her car. But at some point, he changed his mind, turned around, and returned to Prince George County to report the incident instead.
It can be a signifier of remorse or guilt, but if he actually cared about that, he wouldn't have done the strangulation in the first place. Like, if he really cared about the person that he was romantically involved in, he never would have raised a hand to her at all. So it's probably just that he knew he was going to end up getting caught and that he just wanted to get caught on his own terms.
Dr. John Delatorre is a forensic psychologist. He explained to me the act of strangulation itself is a personal crime, and it might not have been the first time an aggressive act was taken.
It's personal because you get to see the person eye to eye and you're close, and there's also a sense of dominance that's associated with it. Like, you literally have someone's life in your hands and you are constricting blood flow and oxygen. Essentially, you are in control of that person. And it's such a scary thing for any victim. And it happens a lot more than we think that it does. It's such a scary thing for a victim of intimate partner violence to be going through. It could be that this was the first time that strangulation was used. I'm not discounting that, but there's no way that this is the one thing that ever happened between the two of them. I imagine more stuff has gone on, whatever their relationship might be. There's more stuff that has happened because getting to a point where you actually kill someone is not an easy step to take, and usually is a buildup over time. So I doubt that this is the first aggressive action that he's taken against her.
So how did the two end up in Maryland? Patrina's family told reporters with WUSA in D.C. that Kearney was helping her move personal items from Atlanta to her parents' home in D.C. while she was preparing to take on a new travel nurse assignment. Kearney was subsequently arrested on February 18th. He is charged with first and second-degree murder, first-degree felony assault, and misdemeanor assault. On February 20th, he pleaded not guilty through his lawyer. Right now, it's unclear how the seemingly beloved football coach turned into a murder suspect. But here's what else we know about Carl Kearney Jr. According to local reports, he was born and raised in Griffin, Georgia, a city a little more than an hour south of Atlanta. He went to Georgia Southern University and was later signed to the New York Jets in 2004 as a wide receiver. However, he did not play any regular season games according to the team's records. Kearney eventually would go on to coach at his old high school before coaching at Spalding High School in 2020. In 2022, he was awarded the Most Improved Award, where he spoke about the changes he was making to the football team to improve their program.
Well, I inherited a football team that were 1-9 when I first got the job, so it was a tough situation, man. My coaching staff, they did an unbelievable job just buying into the program and following my vision, and every single kid that was a part of the program, they followed the vision as well. And we were blessed and fortunate enough to, work hard in the offseason and win 8 ball games this year. Well, the first thing, we had to change the culture. There wasn't a winning attitude. I think we had to get the support of the faculty and staff. So in a nutshell, everybody had to understand we all had to put in and help change the culture. I mean, of course, it starts in the classroom. If the kids don't excel academically in the classroom, they won't be eligible to play. So, I constantly preach the importance of the academics. Out of 7 classifications, there were 7 coaches given this award, and we were given the award for 4A. We had the fastest turnaround for 4A, and that's how we were named the most improved team. I'm extremely honored to receive that award, but I want to actually thank my administration, the parents, all of my family and friends that have been, a huge part of what we've had. going into next season, man, we're extremely excited about what's going on. Our kids are excited. We're at a point right now where the program is, we're on the rise. So there's a lot of great things going on, and we're extremely excited about next season.
Then just last year, he led the football team to their first regional title in 20 years. Kearney's arrest sent shockwaves through the tight-knit Georgia community, with several former players, students, and friends taking to social media to process their reaction to his arrest. Many referring to the coach as a stand-up guy, someone who was seen as a father figure, and someone who would always put his students first.
Yeah, people are people. People are complicated, and oftentimes we put people on a pedestal for one simple action that they've been able to do, not recognizing that as a whole person, there's a whole lot more that's going on. So oftentimes we tend to become shocked when we hear that some human being has engaged in a wrongful behavior who otherwise wouldn't. But the other aspect is they probably did that on purpose. They probably were engaging in problematic behaviors, but in order to, quote unquote, throw the scent off of them, they became a pillar of the community. They never wanted people to assume that they were capable of such horrific behaviors. But so they just do stuff to make it seem like they're, a good person, but in reality, they never were. Yeah, I think some of it is particularly because of football and other, cultural aspects that are associated with this case. It's going to be vitally important that all of these children have an opportunity to discuss everything that has gone on. It's important for them to understand what has happened. And this is a teachable moment, right? Coaching is all about teachable moments. This is about teaching all of our students about what is human trafficking, what is domestic violence, what is intimate partner violence, what are aspects in which we contribute to allowing this kind of behavior to occur, exploring our feelings when it comes to the people that we consider to be authority figures, and to link in our emotions to being able to explore those kinds of things. Because again, we are a whole human being. We cannot be simply defined by one action that we take.
While the Prince George Police Department referred to Kearney as Patrina's boyfriend, it's unclear the extent of their relationship. Back in August, Kearney posted this photo of him and Patrina together, with the caption reading, quote, "Happy birthday to my girl Patrina Best. Hope you enjoy your day." Patrina's death has left a family shattered. In a heartbreaking post on social media, Patrina's sister wrote, "She was my whole world, my best friend from the very beginning. She was radiant and beautiful inside and out. Her smile was so inviting and warm. I will miss it for the rest of my days. She was always there for me and our family. When our grandmother got sick, she dropped everything to move to Hawaii to take care of her. That's just the kind of person she was. Phenomenal. She was kind and thoughtful and all the things that you could want from a sister. A true friend to all that knew her. And the lives she touched as a nurse are innumerable. She was taken from us far too soon, and I will carry her with me for the rest of my life. Rest in peace, my sweet, sweet sister. Please hold our family in your hearts and prayers as we learn to navigate this world without her."
There's a lot more when it comes to domestic violence and intimate partner violence that are myths or that go misunderstood. I highly encourage people to start looking at those kinds of behaviors, maybe understanding how law enforcement works. Right. If you see something that feels uncomfortable when you're around it, then it's probably an uncomfortable situation for everyone. So make sure you make reports. This kind of stuff happens a whole lot more than we think that it does, and it's a very sad thing for all of these victims to go through.
Carl Kearney Jr. continues to be held behind bars in Maryland without bond. Online court records reveal he's scheduled to appear in court for a preliminary hearing on March 18th. Reporting for Law and Crime, I'm Elizabeth Millner.